Hello, my name is Michael Rolla. I am an associate member of the Royal Canadian Legion Post 180 from Norfolk, Virginia, and a member of American Legion Post 48 from Hudson, New Hampshire. I'm here today to talk about the installation of a plaque that recognizes the Queen's Rangers. Now, this plaque has a very unique background. This plaque was provided for the commemoration of the 200th anniversary of the Siege of Yorktown in October 1781. This plaque was given by the Ontario Heritage Trust, part of the Ministry of Culture and Recreation, on August 19, 1981. It was put up for the public to display for less than a year before it was taken back down and put in storage. It would remain in storage for over 35 years. But today I am happy to say that we have got the plaque back up for the public to once again see. Now, this plaque also has another uniqueness to it. The Ontario Heritage Trust provided 2 plaques to the United States. The Queen's Ranger is one of those 2 plaques. The second plaque is located in Minnesota, which commemorates one of the rivers used by the fur traders from Canada in the early 1700s. Now, I like to briefly talk about the history of the Queen's Rangers. I do apologize, as my talk would not do justice to its rich history, but I do hope it piques your interest. Now, the Queen's Rangers were formed in 1756 during the French and Indian War by Major Robert Rogers. This unit pioneered a unique form of irregular warfare for the British forces. When the 13 American colonies revolted in 1776, the Queen's Rangers would remain loyal to England. Now, as the Queen's Rangers were reformed during the American Rebellion, many of its men would come from Connecticut and from the vicinity of New York. Some of the men who were offered commissions in the Queen's Rangers were from the southern colonies. Now, the men from the southern colonies had supported Lord Dunmore. Lord Dunmore was the last royal governor of Virginia. Now, under the command of Lieutenant Colonel John Simcoe, the Queen's Rangers are going to be transformed into one of the most famous and efficient units of all the Loyalist Corps under the British forces. Their distinct green jackets would win much respect from their opponents. Now, some of their battle honors include Brandywine, Monmouth, Charleston, and of course, Yorktown. Now, after the surrender here at Yorktown in October of 1781, many of these men who had sacrificed so much would set off for Canada with their families, where they would settle and become a part of Canada's history. Now, on 16 October 2020, we are going to unveil and rededicate this plaque to the Queen's Rangers. We have invited many distinguished guests to attend. We truly hope the circumstances by October will allow them to be present, especially the commander and the Regimental Sergeant Major of the Queen's York Rangers. Now, the Queen's York Rangers is an active Canadian regiment that actually traces its lineage back to the Queen's Rangers. We do hope the situation in October will permit these 2 individuals to be present for the ceremony. I wish to thank so many people and organizations for their help to help me get this plaque put back up for the public. This plaque is important because it is identified with both Canadian and American history. But more importantly, it honors the soldiers of the Queen's Rangers. Let us not forget the brave men and women of our armed forces from our past. Now, in closing, I hope you visit Yorktown, Virginia. And if you do, and if by chance you come up to the Colonial National Historical Park, the Yorktown Battlefield, please pop in at the Visitor Center to say hello. That is where I volunteer my time. And oh, by the way, if you do have time, I do a battlefield walking tour. Now, it's very unique because I'm the only one that gives it from the British Loyalist perspective. And as I jokingly tell my group, now you're going to hear the real story. So, I do hope you visit Yorktown, Virginia. I wish many of you out there a pleasant day, and with that, cheers.